Hello everybody, this is Goose and Fox coming at you with a 600 cost rated match in the buffed Gabthley Beta. We're going to be on Underground Base for this match here, and the Gabthley Beta was buffed as part of the February 2026 unit adjustments. This is a unit that I've always wanted to come back to for a while now, really. The last time I made a video on this suit was when I initially got it before going on a trip, and around that time I had a 600 cost quick match that I posted on a Tuesday, which is not usually when I post videos, just kind of showing how quickly I was trying to get a match of this suit out there, just kind of talk about it, at least, just a little bit at the time. And ever since then, I really wanted to do a follow-up after taking it into rated matches, and since this unit was buffed as part of the recent adjustments, there's no better time than now to talk about it. The Gabthley Beta is a 600 cost support unit, and we are going to be starting off with the changes they made to the unit here, starting off with the changes to mobile suit mode. And looking at the changes to the unit specs here, the unit skill, Flight Control Program Level 2, has been adjusted to Level 3, and the unit skill, Force Injector Level 2, has been adjusted to Level 3. For the main range weapon, the Fiddian Rifle Mark II, the focus has been shortened from 1.5 seconds to 1 second. For normal firing, the heat rate has been reduced from 80% to 70%, and for focused fire, power has been increased, heat rate consumption has been reduced, and rigidity time after using the weapon has been shortened. For the sub-weapon, the movable frame claw, the cooldown has been shortened from 4.5 seconds to 3 seconds, and for the sub-weapon, waste missile pod times 2, the power has been increased from 600 to 650, and stagger accumulation value has been enhanced. And going on to the Gabthley Beta Transformed, the sub-weapon, Fiddian Rifle Mark II Transformed, had its cooldown time shortened from 1.5 seconds to 0.8 seconds, and the overheat has been shortened from 15 seconds to 10 seconds. And for the sub-weapon, the Waste Missile Pod times 2 Incinerary, they increase the incendiary damage that this weapon can cause. And that's everything we have here for the Gabthley Beta adjustments. And I do think this is a pretty decent list of adjustments overall, some really nice quality of life changes they made for the unit. Specifically, I really like what they did with the weapons here. Fiddian Rifle Mark II I do like because you have a instant stun when uncharged and a Jirobi when charged, so having the quicker charge time is really nice, and having the reduced heat rate for the instant stun is also really nice, so really like what they did with the primary there. The movable frame claw having a shortened cooldown is also really nice, since the Gabthley Beta does have some decent melee capabilities, since you do get a beam saber and you do get the claw. And the claw, as you will see later, is capable of knocking down enemies no matter how you hit them, so you'll see it later where I hit somebody with a neutral and it knocks them over, which for a support type mobile suit is a really nifty thing to have, so really good that you can use it quicker now with that shortened cooldown. And then the waste missile pods, I absolutely love the missile pods on the Gabthley Beta. They did increase the damage and also increase the accumulation stagger as well. And I really like the damage increase because one of the biggest strengths of the Gabthley Beta is that you have the Pursuit Range Aux program skill, which is really good for those waste missiles, because if you hit a downed general with those, yeah, you're going to be taking like big chunks of damage out of them, so yeah, I really do like the missile pods here. Also has some really nice missile pods with the flash missiles and the stealth smoke missile as well, so really just like what they did with the Gabthley Beta kind of overall. I'm sort of moving away from the adjustments here and kind of talking a bit about the suit itself, but I've always liked the Gabthley Beta just for what it has to offer. It's a very interesting kit on a support unit, just having the various types of missiles, having the two melee weapons. The Fiddian Rifle Mark II is really interesting with the normal stun and the Jirobi charge. I've just always found this to be a really interesting suit, and I think that's part of the reason why I really began to like it as I played it more and more when I initially got it. Now, with this being an adjustment video, the big question here is, did the adjustments help the Gabthley Beta? And I would say, kind of looking at what they did with it, I do think it is a nice step in the right direction for this suit. I do think the beta still falls behind in some areas, at least from the matches I have gone with it. It's kind of been very hit or miss, really. I've gotten some really good matches with it, some more like either in the middle or just kind of poor matches with it. It's not really been a consistent result using the suit, and when the suit does have the opportunity to do really well, it can do really well. It's just not in every situation. And I think that's just from the Gabthley Beta being a very unique suit in terms of its kit. It does have a lot going on that they put onto the unit, from the beam rifle having an instant stun and a Jirobi. You have the two types of melee weapons. You have the various missiles, from the damage ones, the flash ones, the smoke ones, the incinerator ones when you're transformed. You just have a lot of really different aspects all put into one support unit, which, again, while I do think makes the suit very interesting and very fun, I can see how that would make it kind of hard for this unit to really find a proper place within any kind of meta. And with the adjustment here, I don't think the Gabthley Beta would be really close to meta even with this adjustment, though I do think it is an improvement to the unit. Again, I have gotten some really good results with this suit. Really, if I'm able to go in and dish out as much damage as I can with the beam rifle and the missile pods on again, a down general, because you really want to make use of the pursuit range skill to really just take big bites out of a general's health. As you'll see here, half of the missiles hit the bridge there, but I still was able to do pretty good amount of damage to the Zolo there, so the damage potential is definitely there, especially with the adjustment changes they made. That is something that I saw with the results, that the damage for the suit was lower than the average support at 600, which I find to be pretty surprising, actually, because again, you can get some really good damage numbers with it with the missiles and the Aux skill, so that was kind of surprising to see that the damage was lower. So hopefully with the changes they made there, we will see that number go up. But yeah, I think overall the adjustments, again, were really nice. If anything, I would say, again, maybe a step in the right direction compared to a full fix. I really just don't know what you could do to really do a whole lot with the suit, because again, it's just a very unique unit. I think another thing too is that it is kind of team dependent, kind of like with the Squeedy that I talked about. I do think you do also want a really good team to pair with when you are using this unit. Always really nice to pair with a teammate and have them help you get downswing so you can follow up with the full barrage of missiles, but yeah, jumping down here, hopefully trying to get the enemy raid. I don't think I finished them in time, but that's going to be timeout mission over, and let's see how we did here with the buffed Gabthley Beta before kind of summing things up here. And yep, we did get a mission complete. Good works in the chat there, and did get top in individual and top in damage dealt. And first place overall with 8 kills and 2 losses. So yeah, not a bad match there with the buffed Gabthley Beta. And that's going to be everything for the round there. I actually had a video from last week I was going to use for this, but then the new suit, the new Iron-Blooded Orphan suit came out, the Hajiro Boshi, and I really wanted to get a new match with this suit to see how it compared to that unit running around, since that suit is our new 600 cost raid. So I was curious to see how the Gabthley Beta would perform with a new raid running around, and with the matches I've gone with this suit, it hasn't been really too much of an issue. I think overall pretty good survivability against raids, just thanks to the weapons that this suit has. The Jirobi beam and the missiles are both really good for stopping enemies in their tracks, so at least the Gabthley Beta does seem to have that going for it. It does have some really good accumulation, at least to help it with pursuing enemies, but yeah, it's going to be everything for the video there. And overall, yeah, again, really like this unit. I think it's really fun. It's just, again, really interesting unit that I feel like it is kind of hard to figure out what a proper adjustment would be, but I think the changes they made for this adjustment, at least for now, are, a pretty good step in the right direction. So that's going to be everything I have for this video here. Comment down below what you think about the buffed Gabthley Beta. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, And with that, I will see you all in the next one. Later.